Hi guys, happy for the Thursday. Okay, so everybody's tarot readings going to be done by the weekend, by the end of the weekend for sure. So yeah, I will get those done, I promise you guys. Yeah, just kind of down today, just kind of blah. Don't know why. I shouldn't be. It's snowing and it's cold, and so I love it. My hair is too big, I can't even fit it in the whole entire picture. So alright, we have the Archetype of the Lovers card, and it's incredible. I am being sucked into this wormhole of Jungian psychology, and it's great. It really is great. It's really showing me why people are... Yeah, I'm getting a better sense of people. It's really understand people once you actually dive into all of this, and you realize, oh wow, okay, so this person, is, they have too much of, they haven't integrated their animus together, so they're really dwelling in their shadow self, and all that stuff. It's pretty scary too. It's really scary to see people go down these rabbit holes of not really self-pity, but the negative, focusing on the, letting the ego tell you you're not good enough, you're not worthy of this or that, etc., etc. So I mean, you are. Everybody's worthy of everything they deserve. Everybody, I think. So yeah, I just think everybody deserves love and kindness and compassion, and someone to be with, and money and food to eat, and warm belly. Mine's big, so I will share parts of my stomach with you guys. But alright, the Lovers card. So here we are. There's so much freaking symbolism within this. So we have it's the typical Christian mythological creation of Adam and Eve. So no, Adam was not made from. He was made from clay, the Clay King. Very different. So we could have either Eve or we could have Lilith. We don't know who's behind any of this. Is it Lilith? The snake? We have the serpent. That's the awakening of the consciousness. So that is the entire the Adam and Eve story. Eve, being tempted to eat from the tree of whatever knowledge, something like that. I forget. I don't care, honestly. That was the awakening of consciousness for them. So that's when they realized, oh, we're naked, we need to put on some clothes, or we need to do something, fashion ourselves some really cool leaves and make them into like thongs and bikinis and stuff like that. So I mean, oh, they don't have no clothes on there, so there we go. Alright, but yeah, that was the beginning of people actually realizing consciousness and ego and self, but not the true self. So okay, I mean, you guys, I can't stress this enough. If you're going into, manifestation, all of these online coaches, there are a few out there that are very, oh God, how can I say this nicely? I can't. Basically what they're doing is, psychologically, you can't, unless you have a license in psychology and psychotherapy or psychoanalytical interpretations, or psychological behavior, the behavior of how we work. Don't try to coach somebody if you don't have a license in that. It's very dangerous. You can lead somebody down a psychological rabbit hole that will make them miserable, and I'm experiencing that firsthand with a very dear friend of mine, and I'm very upset with the people that are, the rabbit holes that my very dear friend has gone down. This person, is totally devastated and totally and completely just a train wreck, emotionally, and it is because of all of these coaching videos. My advice, don't watch them. All these generalized tarot readings, don't watch them. Because they're general. That's why I have stopped with the whole entire the zodiac readings, all of that. I do not want to lead anybody down a rabbit hole that they can't get out of, that's going to make them miserable. And if you're giving love to somebody, you got to love yourself as much as you love that other person. You got to be obsessed with yourself too. You got to be wake up and be happy with you. So that's why I just stay away from relationships. But that's just me. Some people, I wish I could make everything right for this person, and I can't, and it really hurts me because I see them hurt, and in turn it hurts me, and then I lash out on their behalf when they don't ask me to, but I do it anyway, and then I retake it and I retract it and all that stuff. Please be careful with these online coaches. manifestation coaches, mindset coaches, self-help coaches. Watch the videos, the dangers of self-help, the dangers of all these New Age coaches, and the dangers of New Ageism. That's all I have to say. So, alright, the Lovers. Amazing card. So, that's nature to me right there. That's nature just blooming and, blossoming, and just, it's gorgeous. Alright, now here we find Raphael, angel of the air. Was Raphael really the angel of the air, or was it Lucifer? We don't know. So, personifying the subconscious, pouring down cosmic benediction. Benediction is Spanish for, or Latin and Spanish actually, benedictions for blessings. On the two figures below, the man in the picture represents the conscious mind in the earlier keys, and now the magician and the emperor, as well as the king standing in the chariot in key 7. The woman is the subconscious mind, the high priestess and the empress. Behind her is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So no, not good and evil, right and wrong. Bearing the fruits of the 5 senses, the serpent of sensation. So the serpent of sensation, why would you say? Okay, because the serpent feels everything when they slither around and, up whatever they're climbing up. Climbs up the tree, for temptation comes from the subconscious. So behind the man is a leafless tree bearing the trefoil flames of the 12 signs of the zodiac, each divided into 3 decans. So, that reminds me of Dakin. Sorry, it's a personal joke that we all understand on live chat. So the key is profoundly metaphysical in its symbolism. So, as the man looks at the woman and she looks up at the angel, the truth conveyed is that the conscious mind cannot approach this superconscious unless it passes through the subconscious, a thought to consider in meditation. The lovers stand here in friendly harmony with nothing to hide from each other. So as the nudity of the figures indicates, a harmonious and successful life depends on the cooperation between the conscious and the subconscious. The mountain in the key indicates the fruitfulness, of correct thought. Now, key 6 is often symbolized by a man standing between 2 women. There's a cupid with a bow and arrow above them. The meaning for divinatory purposes are derived from older symbolisms. So we can see here a lot of Jungian psychology. The unification of the left brain, right brain. We have that middle brain, which would be spirit, so we are channeling, we're doing all kinds of stuff with that with the mind. The subconscious, we're actually, letting the subconscious, the collective subconscious, droop down into our subconscious, and then we become conscious of these things. So they are eventually going to be conscious of that they're naked. This symbolism, so let's see. Alright, so obviously we have, an angel coming down, which is supposedly Raphael. And so what is Raphael doing? So did Raphael come down to punish them because she tempted Adam into, eating from the tree of good and evil, which is really, truly, honestly, the tree of, it's the tree of life. It's ridiculous. So this biblical story is, I think it's really honestly ridiculous. But Carl Jung, he really took those. He didn't take them that seriously, like literally. He metaphors, so allegories, all of that. Synchronicities, all of that stuff. So, all right. So we have here. Let's see. It does kind of look like, okay, so we have the serpent, which is representative of knowledge, and the serpent is also a representation of our shadow self, our lowest self. So that would be the devil. In Jungian psychology, it would be the snake. So that would be all of our ego and everything telling us that we're not worthy of love, that we're not, everything, if you're like homosexual, if you're transgender, bisexual, lesbian, whatever, I don't care, don't like the labels. So that is kind of like, I don't know, that is just like a kind of a unification, or a, the ego, which would be the snake, again, it's telling us, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. That's the ego telling you that. That's your ego. That's not, it's ridiculous. So the ego tells us some pretty crazy things that it's not true. But yeah, that would be the unification of, the opposites in ourselves. So once we reach the final cards with the final card with the world, we do have the unification of the conscious and the consciousness, the subconscious and the conscious mind, and that is to find, and that's when we truly find our true self. So through this key, through this card, the Lovers, we can actually explore ourselves, what we're lacking, what we would like in a relationship, and it also kind of represents, different aspects of love. There's all kinds of love. There's sexual love, there's, lustful love, there's love for your family, love for your dog, all of that stuff. But if you take on these different, if you're anima in the male, which is the female part of the man, if that, if you exert that onto something, it could get pretty serious. So people have really got to be careful about that, because if you do project the male anima onto somebody, or an animal, it could lead to, or a corpse, it could lead to some really psychological, really screwed up stuff. So you guys kind of get what I'm feeling. Necrophilia, bestiality. So literally, that's what that can lead to. So be careful of what you project your anima onto. And then the animus, which is the male inside the woman. So, and that would, that's not really, that's not the biggest issue here, but we do have that, we have that snake by her. So if she's really tempting, that would be the ego, the shadow self. So it is something inside of ourself that is explained in metaphorical terms, with the serpent and this whole story of Adam and Eve taking a bite of that apple, or whatever it was. It was probably a pomegranate, honestly, is what I think. But yeah, it just totally is, it's a story. It's something that we can learn from. So we do have like a bunch of, it's very, very equal in this. We have the sun. So we have that sun, that would be our highest self, or the Godhead, and then we have the angel, which is, below the higher self. So that could represent, our superego. And then we have the super collective unconscious. So we have so many aspects of ourselves within this card. It's multi-layered. It's like you can literally take the card and peel off layers and peel them back to discover and reveal what is going on. This is also nature. This is the ecological system of nature. How things work in nature, like animals, mating, the mating calls, mating times, seasons for mating, when the flowers are going to bloom, winter, spring, summer, fall, all of that. So that's really, literally, honestly, what is going on in this card. So see, she's looking up at the angel like, okay, who are you? What are you doing? What's going on? So she has her shadow and her ego asking questions, big time. Adam, or whoever this man is, it just kind of looks lost. Looks very lost, like he is, trying to follow in the footsteps of the woman, what she is doing. So he is projecting his animus, the female within, or the anima, the female within, onto her. So it could be a representation of what man thought of the serpent tempting Eve. So, and then we also have the serpent that could possibly be Lilith. So she was the first, obviously in Jewish lore, and everything, she was the first woman, and then decided she wouldn't be subservient to Adam, and she said, screw you, I'm leaving the garden. And she wandered around for I don't know how long, and she finally found Samael, or Lucifer. That's all biblical, though. That's all mythological, except going pre-Christian. So yeah, we have a lot. The angel, though, I really honestly see that angel. It's almost like the angel is there to say, hey, I'm setting you guys up for failure. So let's see what you can do. What can you muster within yourselves? What kind of strength can you muster within yourself to actually overcome all of these obstacles and truly feel love? And love is that feeling of being immortal. Not just being in love with somebody else, not romantic love, but love for self, love for nature, love for your community, love for your kids, literally love for anything that you want. So again, it's really difficult if you project your anima or animus onto something. Be careful, again. You don't want to be falling in love with furniture and stuff like that, because that's very possible. So the angel would actually represent pretty much the collective unconscious, because that is an archetype. So, and then we have the medium of air, which is communication. So there's a lot of communication going on here. So are you in a good relationship that you can communicate, very easily, the flow of energy between the two lovers with you guys? Are you guys in a good relationship? Is that what's going on with that? The mountain, very, very well positioned, but it's leaning more towards the woman. So, why is it leaning more towards the woman? She has a lot more to say. She has a lot more knowledge right now because she took that bite. So, she's becoming aware. She's seeing what is actually going on. I'm hearing things. So, she's becoming aware of really what is going on. I do see those 12 little fire like flames on the tree, so that would represent, elements of transformation. So there's a big transformation coming on here, a lot of transformation going on here. I don't know if what is that, a mountain? Yeah, that is a mountain. So we have all of that going on. We have a lot. So it would, yeah, definitely. People waking up to realize, all right, so this is me, this is who I am. This is an integral part of myself that I have to work on. So that is basically the archetype of this. So, and how we relate to others, and how nature reflects everything that we do. So, we hurt the earth, we get it back. We love the earth, we get blooming, blossoming, good flowers, good stuff like that. But yeah, that's the Lover's card. The basic, the archetype of the Lover's card. So it's an embodiment of, self-awareness. So you could possibly be coming into your, into puberty, and, realizing, all right, so stuff's happening. I'm, maturing, my body's growing, it's different, the hormones are going crazy, that kind of thing. So really, it's very psychological, a very, very psychological card. And, I do honestly think, with the collective unconscious at the top, and then we have the ego, which is the basic ego right here, I do feel like that, this is kind of like saying, okay, be careful what where you place your love. So don't let it be used, or, don't let yourself become abused and used and all that stuff with, the Lover's card. It's just so much. There's so much. But I do think that is illumination coming from above, down, and that is then again, kind of overruling the serpent as the devil, or our shadow. So accepting our shadow is, one of the best things that we can possibly do. Accepting it, going into ourselves and really finding out, what is it about myself that I don't love? What could I change? That's the biggest question I get from this card. What is it about myself that I don't love? Why don't I love myself? I love myself. There's parts of me that I don't like too much that you can change, and that is represented by the fire, and also up here with the medium of air and the alchemical process and transformation within ourselves. So this is all happening within us and also outside, literally outside. So we have the snow right now, we have snow clouds, we have all that going on. That could be indicative of wild fires too. So, what man does to nature, the ecological system. So, the ecosystem. There's so much in this card. There's just so much. It's pretty much all positive. But then again, it's like, okay, are we being smothered? What is going on? So, just, be careful in the love department. But yeah, overall, it's a really good card. So, I mean, it is honestly really, really good. I think it is good. So, alright, let's do a little bit of coffee talk. So yeah, I mean, just, really deeply getting into Jungian psychology is crazy, you guys. I mean, seriously, interpreting, like my anima, what, I can completely understand. So we project our anima onto, pop culture icons. So yes, we can take on these, roles. So, one really good example of a person taking on different roles, different personas, and becoming them and letting that persona or that archetype possess you, Lady Gaga. But that's the creative process, and it is so amazing. It is so amazing to see her transform. And literally, Venus we have in that card. What do we have with Lady Gaga? We have a lot of Venus going on. So you can, you can do the allegory, connect the Lover's card with any kind of pop culture, anything that you want. Or you can actually find out, okay, so Why do I like this certain, this kind of clothing, what, where is it going, and why do I like it, what aspects, what's my relationship with a female figure in my life, am I, that you could explain, some possible, things about how we're too, effeminate or whatever, but, we still need that balance within ourselves, and I think as we mature and we grow spiritually, and mentally, I think that we become, kind of more balanced out. Like me, I was literally possessed by an archetype of this person of myself that I created. This hybrid Mr. Ouija with the crazy makeup, the black and the big hair. I still have the hair, but I don't wear the makeup. I got tired of it, with the nails and the crazy, jewelry and the crazy leather pants. That was something that possessed me for quite a while, but that was an archetype that was possessing me that I created on my own. So, sorry guys, I'm sorry if you guys don't like Jungian psychology, but it is crazy amazing. Alright. Lupe. Hi, my love. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, yeah, I do. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on what's going on and everything on my community board. So, you're welcome, my love. Everybody's reading will be done by Sunday. So, Pixie was pause. Hi. Hi, you. Hi, Ryan. Hi. This is my first time viewing this channel. I had to pause when you said Lily's then Rose because my middle name Suzanne means Rose in old text and Lily in new text. I've been seeing this card a lot lately in readings. Isn't that interesting? Is that not interesting? I love you. You're so sweet. Also, it was mind-blowing to learn about what you stated in the beginning about the mirroring. I'm there, dude. I'm there. Isn't it? It's incredible. It is incredible when you finally, things just click. That part of, when I discussed the anima and the animus, that part totally clicked. And then, the ego and the shadow is telling us, we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough. Or some people's ego is, inflated. My ego tells me I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of what I have. But that's also, PTSD and anxiety, and that's a completely different area in the brain that I want that box to close again, but it's not ever going to close. I don't know what I've tapped into, but I've tapped into something that is incredibly powerful, and it has to do with the collective unconscious, and I don't know what is going on. So it's kind of like a journey. It feels like a really progressive journey. Yeah, just a very progressive one. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Alright, my Kim. Oh, hi, my love. I love you. Aw, great video, Ryan. Thank you. I just love you. You have the biggest, purest, most genuine heart. I love the psychology you have been talking and telling me about. Also great tarot reading as usual. I love you, bestie. I love you too. With all my heart. Aw. It's interesting. Yeah. All these new age coaches really need to learn. They need psychological help themselves. Alright, Careless. I know about your Ouija pop work. Yes, it's actually an astral, yes, it's an astral place. I'm actually considering buying your books. Aw, thank you. Have a great day tonight, everyone. Thank you. Love from Mars, love from Venus. Thank you. Gustavo Azazel. Alright, Gustavo, love you, brother. Have a good night. I love you too, my brother. Big time. Alright, who else? Comments just don't want to load. Once I reply to one comment, it's like it just goes away. I'm like, well, where did that comment go? See, and then it just kind of quits right here for me. Oh, and it loads like 2 more comments. That thing takes forever. Gotta Milk Tree. Hello. Oh, my boo, Ashley. Ashley Salt, I love you. I do. Bragdon Breaker. Hi. How are you? Spirit Files. Let's see. Falcon Moon. They call me Joey. Hi, guys. Soul of Thorns. Hello. Amber Hawkins. Hi, my loves. Kelly Sullivan. Oh, I love you. I love you all so much. Sixth Dream. Hello. Alright, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for the day. That was a lot jam-packed into one card. So, what do you guys feel about that card? You guys resonate with it? You guys resonate with anything I said about it? With any of the archetypes within it? There's quite a few archetypes within one Lover's card. So, yeah. We have the Fire of Transformation, we have the Snake of Knowledge, and then we have the Ego, and then we have the Shadow Self, and then we have, the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine, we have Lilith. We have everything jam-packed into one little card, and that is so incredible. So, but alright guys, I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow, so everybody have a great Thursday. Happy full moon, and I love you all the way from Venus, always, all the way back down. There we go. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, so please be safe guys, and be healthy, and I love you all, and thank you guys for watching.